Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's everyday Gita session. And before going into our session, let us take the blessings of ISKCON Sheshadripuram deities over here. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Nitai Chaitanya ki jai, Vamana Dev ki jai, Parshuram Bhagwan ki jai, Giri Govardhan ki jai, Narsimha Bhagwan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. Let us start with our prayers. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are going to see the 18th chapter and shloka number 52.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vivikta sevi lagvasi yata vakaya kaya manasa dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samupashritah. Vivikta sevi lagvasi yata वाक्काय मानसा ध्यान योग परो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being purified by his intelligence and controlling the mind with determination, giving up the objects of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred, one who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind, and power of speech, who's always in trance and who's detached, free from false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger, and acceptance of material things, free from false proprietorship and peaceful. Such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. Mataji Prabhu, anybody wants to read the shloka once?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I would like to try.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Vivikta sevi laghavashi yat vakaya manasa dhyana yogo paro nityam vairagyam samupashita. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. So, like in this section, Krishna is describing purification through Jnana Yoga. Krishna is describing in yesterday's sloka also. This is the starting of the three verses. The next one, which is going to come tomorrow. So, Krishna is talking here about the purification through Jnana Yoga. How a advanced Jnana Yogi practices different techniques, different things, and goes from one level to another level, advances in that levels, and finally he is advancing, he is doing different techniques to attain the absolute truth. So here, let us just get deep into the shloka. Vivikta Sevi Lagvasi. Krishna is explaining about this person who is in this platform, in this Jnana Yoga. How is he? This person prefers secluded place. He always wanted to be alone, secluded. Vivikta Sevi, Lagvasi. And also he says he eats very little, just to maintain his body. Yata Vakaya Manasa. Then he says like he controls his speech, vak is speech, and body, kaya, and manasa, and his mind. He is controlling his speech, body, and mind. Dhyana yoga paro nityam. And this person in this platform, he is always in trance. Paro nityam, nityam, always he is in trance. And then vairagyam samu pashritaha. He has taken the shelter of detachment. Vairagyam samupashritaha. He is always detached. So now, Krishna is talking about the Jnana Yogi who practices all different things for what? For attaining the self realization. Now, for us, we will talk about Bhakti Yoga also side by side, so that we as devotees, we can relate ourselves, and we can understand more when we do that. So here, what happens is, the main thing is we have to be in the mode of goodness. What happens? So whenever a person is in the mode of goodness, it helps. It is something like a springboard, like when a person is in the mode of goodness, it helps him to lift off from there and to be in the mode of pure goodness, and do devotional service. So being in the mode of goodness is very, very important, is very important. How do we be in the mode of goodness all the time? It is like I keep telling it in many of my classes. It is ABCDE. We have to maintain this every day. Are we falling under these five letters? A is for association, B is for book reading, and C is for chanting, and D is for diet. Just take only Krishna Prasad without offered. That is just like it's not karma free food. We have to eat only prasad. So that is D, diet. And when we do all these A, B, C, D, enlightenment automatically comes. We will jump into the platform of pure goodness. So it is very, very important to be in the mode of goodness all the time. And therefore we have to be particular about our lifestyle, how what we are doing every day. We have our karmas to do, and even whatever we are doing, are we following all these things? Are we following the mode of goodness? Are we following the path of bhakti? So we have to keep on contemplating, we have to keep on meditating on that each and every day. Then we will be in the mode of goodness all the time. When it is when we are in the mode of goodness, then it is very easy to control our mind. Then our mind becomes our friend. When our mind becomes our friend, then it is much easier. When our mind becomes our enemy, then we are in a different mode. So always try to be in the mode of goodness. So we so the mind is being controlled. We will be able to control our mind easily. And as a person goes from higher and higher in his consciousness, or in self realization, being in the mode of goodness, then what happens is, like when he keeps on going to a higher and higher level, then his interest towards the lower things will automatically get detached. He will not show any more interest in the lower things, which is especially sense gratification and those things. He's attached very much to the higher state, to the trance, in the platform of trance. He'll be very happy in that platform, and he will not be looking back, especially the material platform, and he will lose the taste, and he will be detached from that also. So here, Prabhupada, in this context, he says he's not attached to the objects of sense gratification, and he's free from attachment and hatred in his activity. Such a detached person naturally prefers to live in a secluded place. He does not eat more than what he requires, and he controls the activities of his excuse me, controls the activity of his body and mind. So when the person is detached, when he is detached from the lower taste, automatically, here Prabhupada says, as a jnana yogi, he likes to stay in a secluded place, like um alone, right? Alone. So but as a devotee, secluded place in the sense for us, it is with the devotees, with the devotee association. Secluded in the sense, it means that secluded from, away from the material things. Without devotees, we cannot do bhakti, right? Like we cannot be progressing also without devotees. So devotee association is a must for us as devotees. But here in this shloka, for Jnana Yogi, Krishna is saying he is detached from the lower things, from the material things, and he likes to be in secluded place, and also he eats very less, just to maintain his body and to keep the soul and body together. But nowadays, we know, right, in this Kali Yuga, people live to eat, not eat to live. It is just the other way. They live for eating. But here in this explanation, in this shloka, where Krishna says jnana yogis, they are detached. When they are detached, they don't even care what is happening in the material platform, like it's least, they are least bothered. And when they don't want, they are also not in the bodily conception too. So if a person is in the bodily conception, then he always wanted to maintain his body in different ways, doing this, doing that. So he's not in a bodily conception too, so he eats very, very less, just to maintain his body. That is the person's attitude over here. And Prabhupada also describes here about him. He has no false ego because he does not accept the body as himself. He's not in bodily he's not in that bodily concept of life, right? He's different, he's completely detached from all the material things, and he's enjoying the trance. He's just trying to do different techniques to progress, to advance, keep going higher and higher, to know the absolute truth. He has no false ego because he does not accept the body as himself, nor he has a desire to make the body fat and strong by accepting so many material things. Because he has no bodily concept of life, he is not falsely proud. So when he doesn't have that bodily concept of life, then like he doesn't care for anything. See, when a person is in the bodily concept of life, he really like wants to take care of his body, keep his body very strong, and do a lot of other things like exercises, like what not people don't do these days, right, like to keep their body very nice, very beautiful, very strong. And yeah, so they keep doing all these things. And for what? For finally, it is for sense gratification. You maintain your body and finally do sense gratification. But here, Krishna says the person who is in this platform, the Jnana Yoga, he is not worried. He is not worried about his body, and his mind is in control. So he only wants to satisfy the spiritual needs of his soul. That is what that person is acting for. uh yeah. But the person in this platform which we are discussing in this loka, he is least interested. That's what Krishna is saying here. He's least interested in maintaining the body. And yeah, I told you the same thing. So he's least interested in maintaining the body, and he's just like doing different techniques to go advance in the sense like he wants to go into a higher and higher level. Finally, what he's reaching, That we will see in the next shloka. He's reaching a limit over there. But when you take the glories of the bhakti yogi as a devotee, what we are doing from the day one, the devotees is been they are been hearing that I am not this body. From the day one, I am not this body, I am this soul. And we have the realization of Bhagavan. It is in the higher, that is the topmost, that is the, who's Bhagavan? Sri Krishna is the Bhagavan. And who are we? Who am I? So we are the part and parcel of the Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. So part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. In 15th chapter also, Krishna has said, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke. So Krishna is saying, all the living entities are my vamsas, my vamsa. So mamai vamso, my amsa, they say. So we are part and parcel of Krishna, Bhagavan. Then what are we supposed to do? Being part and parcel of Krishna, we should serve the Supreme Lord. We are the eternal servant for the Supreme Lord. This is the realization which every bhakti yogi is coming to. He is just like whereas Jnana Yogi attains a certain, he just like attains a certain height, saying something, but yeah, that is only till Brahman. But as a Bhakti Yogi, they progress more and more, and then they attain the stage of knowing Bhagavan and knowing the relationship and knowing what is his position. So that is the glories of the Bhakti Yogi. The Bhakti Yogi's realization is unlimited. He keeps exploring day by day, to how to serve the Supreme Lord, how to make his the devotion much more deeper and sincere. So these are very beautiful. As a devotee, what are we supposed to do? We should stand that the position of the bhakti yogi. Yes, we as a devotees, we are following bhakti marga. So we should stand, we our devotion should be sincere. Every day we are hearing Bhagavad Gita, every day we are doing chanting, and we are doing some devotional service. When we do all these things, that particular day we feel so happy and enlightened, right? So every day we are trying to progress, we are trying to advance, but the main thing is always we have to stay in the mode of goodness. That is the basis. And when we are in the mode of goodness, then we can explore. And but as a jnana yogi, Krishna is telling these are the things where what the jnana yogi does and what he attains. As a bhakti yogi, as a devotee, we should do our bhakti sincerely and seriously, and pray Krishna each and every day that please make my devotion strong, please give me opportunity to serve you, and please increase my faith in you. So when we do this, then we can definitely go back home, back to Godhead. So by saying all these things, Krishna is explaining, continuing this section more about this jnana yogi again in the next shloka also. So we will go a little bit more detail tomorrow too about Jnana Yogi and what Krishna is explaining about this section. Thank you, Mataji's, Prabhuji's. Any doubts and comments, please welcome. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhobhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.